Guys, welcome back and a happy Thursday to you all. I hope the markets are treating you all well. It's been a bit of a volatile week. We've had big news announcements that's impacted a lot of the market. FOMC didn't really do a lot last night. And then today, all of a sudden, the volumes come in and things are playing out. So I re-entered US30 sales, which I'll show you and tell you why I re-entered that. Um, Trade ideas that we've gone through already are playing out nicely. We've got some new trade ideas to go through. New Zealand dollar pairs. We're going to look at GJ because GJ is a nice one as well to trade. We're gonna just have a little look see what's going on. So we're going to start with the dollar here, guys. All right, and we're still in this area of consolidation. Prices like similar to gold, what I was saying with gold the other day. Like the consolidation we're in is it's getting wider, it's getting bigger now. I mean, you've got a 4 hourly uptrend here on the dollar here now. So could this now be the sign of the dollar gaining strength? I mean, I don't really think the dollar is going to gain strength. I just think it's just going to dance around, hit all this supply, and just come back down. I almost feel like the news that come out today is not a hoax, but I just don't feel like it's the. Don't know because not much was said on FOMC because there's a lot of fear mongering going on over in the USA in terms of their economy at the moment with tariffs. So I think today is a little bit like being a bit skeptical, shall we say. And I don't really feel like we've seen the true impact of what's to come because all the indices have been dropping, they've been consolidating and dropping, and that's usually a sign of financial risk coming to the USA, basically. So for the dollar to be gaining strength here is a bit out of the blue, but yeah, we're waiting for this consolidation area to break, guys, and we've got news to come again tomorrow, so hopefully that could be the catalyst to finally get it out of this consolidation range that we're in. But like I said, there is trades to be had in this range. I mean, that's definitely got upward momentum, hasn't it? But we just need to carry on. If this next hourly candle closes above these highs here, guys, then you could say that we got some strength coming in the dollar. And yeah, could maybe well be the case. Looking at I mean, it's just not great area, is it? Staircase scenario, up, down. Price is just. I want to almost say like price is comfortable in this area. Like it is, it's comfortable, isn't it? I just think it's waiting for the inevitable. It's waiting for something, and I don't think that we've seen it yet. I think something, some tariff or something big's going to come in because, like I said, the indices have been dropping, and they drop for reasons that go on behind closed doors, stuff to do with stocks and all sorts of stuff. So it's going to be an interesting couple of days, guys, for sure. So the dollar is just again, yeah, consolidating, but we're just going to keep an eye on it and just wait for this area to get broken, guys, and then we're going to look to see if it hits this supply or hits this demand, and then we'll go from there. So let's just look at the US30. Right, US30. So I entered up on this wick, top of this wick here for my re-entries. My original sales were here, and I pulled profit when we were having this big rejection here. I pulled profit out here, and then we had a real big wick up, and then I got down onto the 5 minute and the 1 minute, and I was looking over to the left and scalping off of that, and then I just got into my longer term sell positions. And I'm short on the US30 for multiple reasons. For the long term, like earlier on, price was down here. I was in a real nice bit. I'm in a nice bit of profit anyway, but down there it was real good. And you know, it's the pros and cons of swing trading, guys. Like, you're gonna have profits, and your profits are gonna dwindle down a little bit, but you got to speculate to accumulate. Like, this is a risk-free trade now, so I'm just gonna let it do its thing. And prices come down, and this rejection isn't really off of anything. There's no real demand there. I mean, that's a rally-based rally. That's just a rally. There's no demand as such. So we've not really tapped into anything. So I for sure we're going to come back down here and we're going to go lower for the US30. I do. That is my bias. And generally speaking, a consolidation area here, this is consolidation, right? Up, down, up, down. Um, Basically, whenever we do have a move out of a consolidation zone, the move is usually this scenario of going up a staircase, having a red ball, you get a sudden burst of energy, you sprint. And this was the case here with this candle. We had a lot of energy to the downside, but now it's creeped back into the consolidation. But this consolidation that we're talking about is acting as a coiled spring now. It's a spring. It sort of popped, but we've not really seen the full potential of the spring, of the action that we've got to come. And considering I looked at Seasonax as well, which is a seasonality, basically long-term perspective of the markets, I have a good look. I had a good look at that, and the indices are meant to be going bearish going into the middle part September. So I just this retracement, what it's doing, it's the big boys. All this is here is the big boys just getting more liquidity so they can enter the market. They're probably getting on sales around here, to be honest, because it's hitting it. There's supply and demand in here, guys. There is. Obviously it's not very prominent, but it's the big boys taking people in and out of the markets, tricking people on where it wants to go, because there's a lot of people that are probably buying this thinking it's going to go to all new time highs. It's not. You just got to look at the daily. Every time we hit this area, we do have a very strong pullback most of the time. And with election cycle years as well, and Seasonax, it's usually pretty accurate in its forecast. So, and again, you're not going to consolidate like this for 3 or 4, 5 days, leave the area, and then come back and dance in it again. When you've got all this clean air here to the left hand side, there's a bit of demand here, but it's not very big. That's a little bit of demand. That is air. That's clear. Same as this here. We're going to get a move down to this demand at least, and then we'll just look at the price action and we'll make a choice on what to do next. Basically, whether we hold or we pull our profit and then potentially buy it back up then. But it's playing the long game here with the US30. You've got to play the long game with the indices, and if we do look at the indices, they all pretty much print the same sort of pictures. So this is the daily time frame for the S&P 500, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, US30, slightly different, the Russell, and then Nikkei. No idea what that one is. I don't even know what's there, but we'll go with it. And look, they're all very similar, guys. So expect some dropping to come on the indices and the Dow Jones. If you're in US30 shorts, guys, stay with it. For sure, stay with it, because it has got a lot of downside potential. You've got to speculate to accumulate on this one, guys. Just be sensible and risk sensible, right? But yeah, my bias is still shorts, and my targets are, that's my first target there as a minimum. But then you can go out on the daily and, like I said the other day, we break this, we got a clean move down to here, We break this, we got clean move down to there, clean move down to there, and then we're down to there. So boom, yeah, that's a bit of a weird arrow, but that's just visually seeing the levels as we're dropping down. And then when we get, this is strong demand, mind. This is probably weekly as well, maybe. Let's have a look. No, it's not weekly. Weekly's just below it, look. So below we got daily and weekly demand. So we are going to be coming into very strong areas here on the Dow Jones, guys. These are going to be very strong areas. This is very wide weekly as well. So that real wide weekly, yeah, we could get it down. Probably drill it down to this, to be honest. So level on top of level, really. It's not. It's a bit of a gappy level on top of level. So basically, when we're looking at longer term buys on the Dow Jones, on the US30, sorry. Well, Dow Jones US30, same thing. This will be your first attempt. And this will be your second attempt if we do reach these demand zones. All right. So there's some more longer term ideas. We could hold these over Christmas by the time we get down there. But yeah, the Dow Jones guys looking really good. Let's just keep going down. It would be good. Would be really good. We'll just see what happens. Right. Let's have a look at guys. I've got some New Zealand dollar trade ideas that I want to share with you. A few people in my group were talking about GJ as well. So I looked at, this was an idea of mine yesterday or the day before, basically long New Zealand dollar Japanese yen, but I'm a little bit skeptical. Let me just quickly go on the New Zealand futures. The reason why I'm skeptical is because on the New Zealand guys, I said about when we break these lows, we should have a real quick move down because this is very clean. We filled this gap here. We've had a quick clean break below, close below this consolidation area now. So now we could expect some more downside, okay, on the New Zealand dollar. So remember that now. But we go back onto the New Zealand dollar Japanese yen. Yes, this candle was that red candle, the big one down on the New Zealand dollar. So basically, for the New Zealand dollar Japanese yen, excuse me, we could wait for some better demand zones. And if I'm honest, the demand zones are pretty hard to spot. I mean, these would be your next sort of demand zones. So the trade idea for the New Zealand dollar Japanese yen, for the simple fact that we've got a lot of clean moves, a lot of clean traffic on the New Zealand dollar to drop, I think I would rather wait for the safer play and get an entry sort of middle of this demand down here as your first attempt, targeting these highs here. Because then if you do break these highs, then you're breaking them highs there as well, and you continue going up higher. But the New Zealand dollar Japanese yen seems like a bit of a slow burner. But that's what I'm looking at for the Japanese yen and the New Zealand dollar, guys. Bit more weakness to come for the New Zealand dollar, and then we'll get some buy entries down around here. New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, same scenario. We've got very wide demand down here. Very wide demand down there, sort of like that. Let's look at GJ, guys, because I know people really like GJ. So British pound, Japanese yen, and well, it's trending, but there's no doubt about that we're trending here on the daily time frame. But whoa, it's slow, isn't it? It used to be really good back in its day, GJ. Well, yeah, like look at these moves. Like a few years ago, like down around these levels, I was scalping it, scalping GJ around here. Has it always been like this? Well, how times changed, eh? Yeah, you could just scalp levels really quite nicely. Just look how GJ trends. Well, this ain't trending, this is, well, sideways trending. But let's have a look at some potential swing trades with GJ, guys. Let's get on the weekly. So weekly demand, weekly supply, guys. We'll go with this version. So that's a rally base drop there. We've still got quite a bit of room to get up into any real supply up there. So let's daily. We could drill it down and get some more supply. Don't trust that candle. Yeah. More supply there. Let's get that to there. So GJ, guys, looking at GJ, we're at a key area here. Between here and between these blue lines, this is a key area GJ likes. I'm pretty sure we've got some pound news coming. The pound news that's coming might be a catalyst to get up here and to wick into this supply. So longer term play on, bearing in mind the British pound has been going up quite well as well, hasn't it? It's dropping. Interesting. Guys, I think GJ is going to be one, and the pound I'm going to really look into over the weekend. Go more in-depth analysis. But what I would like to see on the British pound, Japanese yen would be this. First attempt. Yeah. First attempt. Guys, you will have to trade sensibly with GJ because it moves quick and it can move quite a lot of pips in a very short amount of time. So you need to be careful with GJ and respect GJ. So it's very similar to gold. So it's going to be a nice trade when it gets going. I think a lot of this is hindering on the Japanese yen. The Japanese yen's just done not a lot for like a year, 6 months to a year, and I think that's why the price action is like it is, to be honest. But yeah, this is what I like for GJ on the long term. We'll get into the 4 hour, see what. Oh, I mean, look, like I say, guys, there is 4 hour supply around, but it's not great. I mean, your 4 hourly demands are here, here, here. So we've got plenty of 4 hourly demand, guys, for GJ. There you go. So this bit of 4 hour demand, we've had a reaction. So people could take long entries from here, like wait for a pullback, perhaps into this 4 hour demand now, wait for a pullback, and then continuation up into this supply, put your profit out up into this supply, and then get a re-entry up there for your shorts. But just bear in mind when we do get up around this supply, guys, we are breaking these highs. So we might not get a very good first reaction off of this supply. We might have to wait for the second supply. But again, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. The first trade could be a losing trade, and if it is what it is. So that's GJ, guys. What else was we going to look at? The US dollar, Swiss franc. Just sideways consolidation again, guys. It's not doing much. Similar to the US dollar. Similar to gold as well, I can imagine. Well, gold's broken out, but it's come back in. Do you see how like these consolidations? They're not frustrating, but they're just the market needs it as a breather because usually after a big move, either up or down, the market will then consolidate, and then I suppose it's then just the market just finding its feet again, just settling back into it. And then that's when I'd like to say you then see the true move coming, because the market's chilled out a little bit and then it wants to go in the direction it wants to go in. So gold, we're still in this big zone, guys. It's been marked up for 2 weeks. I want to say, yeah, 2 weeks now. Not much there. Apple. Oh no, we'll just look at crude oil quickly, because I'm still waiting for crude oil. I am still waiting for crude oil, guys. Still waiting for crude oil. Oh, nearly got there. That was, yeah, Wednesday last week. Nearly got there last week, but still waiting for crude oil, guys. When crude oil does come into play, it's going to be a real nice trade. I'm really looking forward to crude oil. What's copper doing? Still dancing. Still not doing a lot. Wheat, guys, has been going nicely, but the only thing, it's basically wheat is completely overbought at the moment. Or over, yeah, hang on. Oversold, sorry. Completely oversold at the moment. And basically, an announcement came out the other day. And that's what's created this gap. So this gap is a little bit concerning, because you know what I say about gaps, and I'm in the trade pretty much from down here, and we've got this big gap here now. So it's a bit annoying. So we'll probably, hopefully, what I'm hoping is that we fill this gap and we continue going higher. That's what I would like to happen. But all in all, I'm really chuffed with the wheat trade idea. It's going well, and the trade happened exactly how I like it. We had a great first reaction off of this demand. We waited for the pullback and then we ended the trade. But again, it's a bit annoying that we're getting hindered by this gap now, but it's part and parcel of it, guys. It's, sod's law. If you pull profit out now, it won't fill the gap. It will just keep going. But then you'll leave the trade in there, you put your stops break even, it comes down, takes you out, and then it goes away again. So it's part of trading, guys. It's part of the game. You've just got to weather the storms with all of these things. If everything was perfect, it'd be easy, wouldn't it? But unfortunately, nothing in life is easy. Everything is really hard work. So I really like wheat long still, and I'm looking to hold this for quite some time. Look at coffee. Coffee, what a trade idea for everyone that's in this trade. Like, serious pat on the back. Great idea. Great idea. I like that. So let's just have a look at Apple a minute. I'm going to look at Apple because I really like Apple for long-term buys. And we are on the way down now, guys, and we have some gaps. This gap here, really likely it's going to get filled within the next week at least. The way we're going, could get filled Monday, Tuesday next week, even tomorrow. Who knows with everything which is going on. But I've always said, guys, I'll see how the price is around this area, because I'm aware that we still have a gap here and my original gap entry is down here. So I'm really excited with Apple, guys. Still really want it to come down and fill the entries, but it's just still a waiting game. Seeing Nvidia has just been very volatile. I mean, look at this. Nvidia dropped from 182 all the way down to 168. See, there'll be people getting into like hold buys here, around here. But other than that, guys, I mean, everything is playing out just how we wanted it to, really. We wanted to get the US dollar out of this consolidation area that it's in, and hopefully within the next couple of days it will do that. US30 would be nice if this continued to go down, but if it doesn't, then hey ho. Yep. Where's the US dollar? Right, okay, here we go. So this is going to be important now. This is going to be important. If this hourly candle closes above these highs, breaking out of here, closed in 30 minutes time, guys, then I wouldn't be surprised if we get some more strength to come on the dollar now. But it's a very strange scenario with the economic crisis and everything that the dollar's gaining strength. But hey ho, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But on that one, guys, it's been a pretty flat out week for me. I haven't really stopped. Um, I've been really, really busy, but it's yeah, it's been a bit of a rush this one, to be honest. But yeah, over the weekend we'll go through everything as normal, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.